If you're thinking about upgrading your motorcycle's visibility for night riding or foggy commutes, auxiliary LED lights have become one of the smartest investments you can make for your bike. And honestly, the technology has come so far that picking the right set can feel overwhelming. That's exactly why I've done the heavy lifting for you. Today we're breaking down 7 of the best motorcycle auxiliary lights on the market, covering everything from budget-friendly options to absolute powerhouses that will light up the road like daylight. Whether you're a daily commuter, a weekend canyon carver, or someone who logs serious miles on adventure tours, there's something here for you. All the product links are in the description below. Let's dive in. First up is the Future Eyes F150, and this one is a personal favorite for riders who care about aesthetics as much as performance. If you're riding a Ducati, a modern Triumph, or a sleek BMW, you probably don't want bulky industrial pods ruining your bike's lines. The F150 gets that. These lights feature a bifocal lens design that creates a sharp cutoff line on the low beam, which means you can run the amber fog lights continuously without blinding oncoming traffic. The low beam is a dedicated 3000 Kelvin yellow that cuts through fog like a hot knife through butter, while the high beam adds a white spot for distance visibility. One feature that really impressed me is the high beam trigger wire in the harness. You tap it into your stock high beam circuit, and whenever you hit your flash to pass, the F150s automatically jump to full power. Just make sure you're getting the wired switch version, as it offers more reliable performance than earlier wireless models. For city riders and commuters who want premium looks with smart functionality, this is the one. Now, if you're working with a tighter budget but still want that dual color capability, the Kiwi K10 is going to make you very happy. These lights deliver roughly 90% of what the F150 offers at a fraction of the cost, and there's a hidden gem here that most people overlook. The K10 uses high borosilicate optical glass lenses instead of the polycarbonate you find on many budget competitors. Glass doesn't yellow from UV exposure and resists micro-scratching from road grit, so your lights stay crystal clear for years. The housing is solid 6061 aluminum alloy, and you get the same bifocal beam pattern with amber and white modes. One thing to keep in mind is that the universal mounting hardware might need an upgrade if your bike has fork tubes or crash bars larger than 1 inch. Budget an extra few dollars for quality CNC clamps and consider adding an ignition sensing relay to your installation. A small investment in proper wiring makes these lights behave like they cost 3 times as much. For budget builders or anyone who wants great value without sacrificing important features, the K10 is a winner. The Auxbeam 3-inch pods with 8 modes might just be the most thoughtfully designed lights in this entire lineup, and here's why I'm genuinely excited about them. They have a memory function. Imagine it's been foggy all week, so you've been running your amber mode every morning. With most lights, every single time you start your bike, you have to cycle through the modes to get back to amber. White, amber, strobe, back to white, then amber again. The Auxbeam remembers your last setting. Turn off your bike with amber selected, and when you start it back up, amber is waiting for you. They even built in a reset protocol where a 3-second long press on the mode switch syncs both lights back to mode 1. Under the hood, these use CSP chips that eliminate traditional wire bonds, reducing thermal resistance so they can push 60 watts without needing any fans. No moving parts means nothing to fail. If you want a daily driver that just works without making you think about it, this is the benchmark. Compared to the Auxbeam's refined approach, the Super-E CR061 takes a completely different philosophy. This is the hot rod of auxiliary lights, the one that prioritizes raw brightness above all else. The marketing claims 15,000 lumens, and while that number deserves some healthy skepticism, there's no denying these lights are blindingly bright in real-world use. What makes the CR061 particularly versatile is the 360-degree rotational bracket. You can spin these lights around completely, turning them into work lights for roadside repairs or campsite illumination. Picture this. You're on a solo trip through the mountains, something goes wrong with your bike at dusk, and instead of fumbling with your phone flashlight, you rotate your aux lights to flood your work area with serious illumination. Now, these lights benefit from a little DIY attention to ensure they stay sealed against moisture. Think of it as a project light offering exceptional brightness for the money. For adventure riders who want maximum output and don't mind getting their hands dirty, this is your play. The Qig K7C1 U4 is where things get serious, and I mean that literally. These are not lights for every motorcycle. At 90 watts per side, the K7 system pulls 180 watts total, which translates to over 13 amps of draw. If you're riding a smaller dual sport with a 300 watt alternator, these will drain your battery fast. But if you're on a BMW R1250 GS, A Yamaha Super Tenere, or anything with a 500-watt plus stator, the K7 transforms your night riding experience. Active fan cooling means these lights maintain maximum brightness indefinitely without thermal throttling, so hour 12 of an iron butt ride looks exactly like hour 1. The safety features are genuinely clever too. There's a breathing mode that creates a slow pulse for conspicuity, and horn sync mode makes the lights strobe violently when you press your horn. That audio-visual combination gets attention immediately. These are highway weapons designed for serious touring machines. The Auxbeam VMAX 4-inch solves a problem you might not even realize you have until you experience the solution. Standard spotlights project forward in a narrow cone, which works great on straight roads. But when you lean into a corner, that spotlight dips toward the ground on the outside of the turn, leaving your actual path of travel in darkness. The VMAX integrates side-firing LEDs into the housing that fill this void, illuminating the ditch and the apex of the corner where you're actually going. Imagine threading through tight switchbacks in the mountains after sunset. Your main beam shows you what's ahead, but those side shooters reveal the gravel on the inside shoulder, the drainage grate you need to avoid, the deer standing at the edge of the tree line. The amber daytime running light adds a premium touch that rivals factory equipment, letting you run a high-visibility signature during the day without burning your main LEDs. For canyon carvers and trail riders, this is the specialist tool that nothing else quite matches. Finally, the future Eyes X100 is the flagship long-range option for riders who need to see what's coming from a serious distance. Like the Qig K7, it uses active fan cooling to sustain high-intensity output, so you're getting maximum throw mile after mile. The hard cutoff on the low beam is noticeably sharper than the F150, allowing for more precise aiming that keeps light on the road surface without climbing into oncoming drivers' eyes. This matters enormously at highway speeds where you need to spot wildlife or road hazards with enough time to react. The wired harness and glove-friendly switchgear mean you can toggle modes instantly without taking your eyes off the road. If your riding involves long desert stretches or rural highways, the X100 extends your reaction time dramatically. Just be aware that the high RPM fans create a subtle whir at idle. It's completely normal and disappears once you're moving. So let's break this down by what actually matters for your riding. If you want the smartest overall package that handles daily duties without fuss, the Auxbeam 3-inch with its memory function is the top recommendation. For urban commuters who prioritize clean aesthetics, the Future Eyes F150 delivers sophisticated beam control in a sleek package. Budget builders should look at the Kiwi K10 for incredible value with that glass lens longevity. If raw brightness is your priority and you don't mind a quick waterproofing project, the Super E CR061 offers unmatched lumens per dollar. Serious adventure tourers on big bikes need to consider either the Qig K7 for its horn sync safety features or the Future Eyes X100 for pure distance throw. And for anyone who spends time on twisty roads or technical trails, the Auxbeam VMAX fills a visibility gap that standard lights cannot address. Remember, matching your lights to your actual riding style matters more than chasing the highest spec sheet numbers. All the links are in the description below, so grab what fits your needs. If this helped you out, hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.